As someone that's been doing Chicago hip hop for a while, what's your definition of drill music?
Just new sound for the new generation. You know what I'm saying? They got this generation got their own sound. They creative, and the whole world is influenced by it. You know what I'm saying? It's just a way of expressing what's going on in the hood, man. Like, you know what I'm saying? They can paint it out to be negative or whatever, but you got to get to it. It's go deeper than that, man. They telling what they going through. They telling what they own right now, whether they gang banging on the song or whatever.
Have you heard Slim Jesus?
Yeah.
So what's your take on Slim Jesus?
To be honest with you, I don't know Slim Jesus, but I can tell you this though. I know some white boys that's really with the shit. Like, they really with that. So I can't say if Slim Jesus, I don't know him. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know if he grew up. I tell you what, skin color don't make you determine when you're a product of your environment. If he grew up in that environment, then that's what it is.
Okay, well, I interviewed Slim Jesus.
For the most part on the street shit, like, I got homies that are in that shit, and I know people who are, and people around me. I mean, I haven't, like, I'm not out here catching bodies and shit, obviously. Like, I'm fucking smart. But, like, I mean, I know people, and I've been, you know, in some situations, but I'm not, like, out here fucking killing people.
Do you have a criminal record at all?
Nah, I'm straight.
So you've never been arrested?
Nah, I've never been arrested. I'm straight.
Okay. Have you had some homies that have got into some shit?
Oh, yeah, no. One of my dudes who was in that video that blew up almost did 8 years. That shit was crazy. Like, we wouldn't have been seeing him till he was legal.
Okay. What was that over?
Assault.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't want to go into that too much, but that's just crazy.
Okay. I mean, if you look at the shit that you've been involved in yourself, like, and you don't have to name any names or anything else like that, but what do you think was the most serious situation?
I've had people like on some shit like, man, we're gonna pull up and, you know, blah 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 blah. But I mean, I've never like gotten shot at. Like, that shit ain't never had to actually, you know, be a fucking thing.
If that is the case, I didn't see that interview or whatever. But if that is the case, then that's just like CB4.
Yeah, it pretty much is. But he's the first rapper to actually come forward and be honest about it.
Right.
Because there's been a whole lot of other rappers that have been doing this for a while.
Right, well, he admitted it, so I mean, I don't know, man. I don't pass judgment on nobody, man. You do what you do, man. It's like whatever, man.
Yeah, I mean, but it's an interesting type of thing. Because up until this point, well, here's the interesting part of it. Why the gun lyrics? Like, the whole song is basically about shooting guns.
Yeah.
And so forth.
Why
Why
I mean, that shit's dope. If I rapped about driving around in a fucking car and, like, fucking listening to country music, nobody would give a fuck about that shit. Like, I make music about some shit because it sound cool. Like, I like making music.
Shit is addictive.
Well, there's an interesting kind of reaction. Because the interview got 2 million views in a week. It was one of my fastest viewed videos ever that I ever put out. And the majority of people were like, well, yo, we're basically saying that they respect his honesty. Some people had a problem with it, but a lot of people were saying that we respect his honesty. Lil Mouse did a song dissing him called Kill Time. That basically said that, you know, if you ain't around it, you ain't from it, don't rap about it. So some people had a problem with it. A lot of people don't have a problem with it. You know, as someone that's been part of the Chicago scene and you've been around it, you know, how does that really make you feel?
Like I said, man, the drill music, man, influenced the whole world. Like, you got all coasts, all type of cities doing, you know, doing drill music. It's just, you know, music changed, you know, the sound of music changed, and it's just that Chicago scene changed them gang, changed them, you know, the sound of music. But as far as him rapping about things he don't do or whatever, I don't know, man. I guess in a funny way, I respect his honesty too, man. He just letting him know, like, I just get in the booth and just start saying some shit that I hear, mimicking what I see. I like the music. I can't knock him for that. You know what I'm saying? It got 2 million views, whatever. You probably ain't even know it's gonna pop like that. You know, man. It's a crazy game, man. It's crazy world.
Well, Lil Bibby, he went on Twitter and he was co-signing Slim Jesus, and Montana 300, he's doing a song with him. So you got actual Chicago rappers that are working with this kid now.
Right.
So
might be cool because they probably respect his honesty.
Yeah, it's just, you know,
yeah, it's the entertainment industry, man. I don't, you know, I don't know what's real and what's fake around here, man. I really don't care, man. I'm just doing me, bro.
I feel you, man. I just think it's an interesting discussion because, like, in all my years of hip hop, I've never had anyone actually come out and say that.
Yeah, I feel you. I feel you.
You know, people dance around it like, oh, you know, I mean, I'm just saying, like, I can't really say nothing right now. Like, they'll, you know, I mean, people pretend like they don't want to incriminate themselves.
Yeah. I mean,
as opposed to just say, like, nah, I wasn't really around none of that shit. It just sounds cool. Fuck it.
yeah, hey, you gotta respect his honesty, G. If nothing else.
I got pressed by Tax G big on me. Like, yo, we don't like that video. We don't like something that Dice made towards my mans. You shouldn't have said nothing. It's either P Dice or it's all of y'all. Like, we want problems. And as long as he's in y'all squad, we want problems with y'all. Wop said, he gotta go.
Fredro Starr won by default. Keith Murray defeated himself. And I'm up for a rematch right now, anytime. And anybody who think they want to challenge Keith Murray, I'm open for that challenge too.